Welcome back to another episode of Don't Let It Stew, where we get everything off our chest. And I'm so excited about the next guest. She's funny, tall, glam, and finally long-legging her way across the United States in her new tour. You know her from the Michelle Collins show on Patreon. And if you don't, you need to sign up for it and just give her money. We actually first met when I went on Michelle's show on SiriusXM with Amy Phillips to promote our Housewives cookbook when we were in New York at the time. I'm going to say to everybody, welcome Michelle Collins. I got to say something to you first because
Please. That was such a nice introduction, by the way. Thank you.
I was just like copying and pasting shit. No, I'm joking. But you're in Europe. I feel like you've been there for the last 9 years. I don't even feel like when you were with Sirius, you were even in the studio. But that was pandemic.
Can I be honest? That's like an ugly way to open. That's not true. Were you in the studio during the pandemic? Just out of curiosity, were you?
I didn't have any podcasts or anything like that. No.
I'll say this. I know that you guys give me a lot of flack for, I did what was good for me. I was in the studio during the thing. But anyway, I had a wonderful job there and I loved working there. But I was in studio until we were in lockdown, Stuart. And then obviously we weren't, right? And then I did move to because I decided I want to live my best life.
But right now,
and here we are.
But right now, I feel like you're one of those gay men that I'm super, super jealous about that are just living in Greece all summer. And I'm like, where's their job?
A lot of lies happening in this episode. I went to Greece for 1 week I went on vacation.
I'm so sorry.
And I'll tell you, it was very lovely. Listen, I'll tell you that I do love it. Listen, first of all, you're Irish. Yeah, where are you from?
Yeah. Irish. Yeah.
So you know that once you're on this side of the ocean, obviously, it makes everything very easy. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here for, is the truth. So I'm figuring, you know what, let me live my European fantasies, Luann style out at the moment. And let me go see places. And so that's what I'm doing. So I'm happy you're jealous. That means I'm doing my job properly.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. I want you to seethe with jealousy. So then I guess I'm killing it.
I love your Instagram and just seeing like your European travel. Do you have a specific like tie with Amsterdam? I feel like you love that place.
You know, the truth is, no, I am tall and it's a place full of tall people. Have you ever been here, Stuart?
No, I've never been to Amsterdam.
I'm surprised, actually. You know, it's a beautiful city. It's a lovely country, but they are very kind when it comes to giving Americans visas, is the truth. So any American looking to follow in my footsteps, this is easily the cheapest and fastest way to get a European visa, which is why I did it. I did come here before I moved here, obviously. Yeah. So that's why another reason with the traveling is like, it's a great base. You know, it's an hour flight to London and I perform in London. I go there. I have a million friends there. So it's really close to London. And ever since Brexit, I would have moved to London is the truth, but their visa policy is so difficult and so expensive that the money is not a problem. It's more, I don't want to spend the money and then be told no, you know, and that's like a risk. So that's the thing. Yeah.
So here's my thing today. I want to get off my chest. And I don't know if you feel the same way. So the pandemic happened. Everything shut down. As we know, coffee shops, restaurants, all that kind of stuff. But do you remember at the time where like, obviously restaurants had to survive, which I totally understand as a chef, right? Just cook your food, serve it to the people, whatever you got to do. But they would always like have these like tables outside their front door. Yeah. And you know, like you would place your order and you had to walk up and they were like, you know, you weren't allowed in, you had to have your mask and all that stuff. So I was driving down Santa Monica Boulevard the other day and there's a coffee shop called Go Get 'em Tiger. I think there's a few of them around. I think it's like a chain or whatever. They still have that table.
Really? Does it feel like old Western saloon? Like you have to walk up and like, how annoying is that? Why do they do that?
And it's like, there's like 9 people outside queuing for their like cup of coffee. And I'm like, you have this beautiful restaurant inside that could be full of tables. It's a cool spot. No, they still have the table thing. And also Californian Chicken Cafe does too, which I don't understand.
Sounds like you have a pretty blessed life. If these are the things that are haunting you, I feel like you need to get out of LA and see the world because now I understand why you're pissed. If this is what's keeping you up.
I was like, we're still doing this?
I know, but then what's the difference? Here's the truth, like real talk. I mean, is it just that you don't want to be outside in LA or what's the problem? You want to be inside in like air conditioning? What bothers you?
Yeah, I want to go in and experience the restaurant and have the vibe of the restaurant inside and like sit down and like it's a nice place. I just don't understand. Like I'd love to ask them like, hey, like, why are you, maybe they do, here's the thing. maybe they don't want to hire staff that have to serve you, so they're saving money by doing it this way. That could be a reason.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So hold on, now I'm understanding. So these were sit-down restaurants that are no longer taking customers. Oh, that is a problem. Now I'm getting it. I thought that they were just moving the takeout outside. I was like, well, that's not a big deal.
Imagine your favorite restaurant that you love
annoying.
to go to, and all of a sudden they just have a table outside and you can just get takeaway. You can't sit down in that restaurant and have a glass of wine anymore.
Oh, that's cheapness and laziness.
It's weird.
Easily. Yeah. That would be frustrating.
Weird. Demure. Now, I just discovered something yesterday. Apparently, this guy wanted to trademark it and sell T-shirts and for his family and all that stuff, and someone beat him to the punch.
I'm going to say something controversial. I think it's a trans person, so I almost would say she. Just putting it out there because I know that one of the things that I'll say, because I'm not 100% sure, wanted to raise money for was gender affirming surgery, actually. So that's a whole thing to transition. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you for clearing that up.
So yeah, no, for sure. I honestly, here's my feeling about the demure thing. I was annoyed by it. I think she's very funny. Like the person who did it, I don't know her name, but she's hilarious. Within 25 seconds of hearing it for the 6th time, I was done. That is how fast the internet cycle really has always been, but especially now with TikTok and with people hopping on this trend and then like wanting to be a part of it. So I don't know if in a week anyone's going to be buying merchandise for this thing anyway, is the truth. No. I think if you don't hop on it within literally 24 hours of it blowing up, you're already too late, because by the time they're going to make it and order it, it's too late. So it's kind of
like I go on TeePublic already. I did a search yesterday. It's everywhere. People are just putting on t-shirts anyway. Like you can't.
Yeah, and that guy's not going to sue anybody. Whoever got the patent. The whole thing is just. I feel like and do you know the name of the person who said it?
I don't.
Very mindful, very demure. I'm mad at myself because they've been going viral, obviously. But I'll say this much, that they're going to move this into something else. Like this is just a moment. It's like, okay, now you're internet famous. I think she was meeting with CAA. Like she probably has an amazing agent now, so that could hopefully lead to just like more comedy things for this person, which is really in the long run what you want. So I think it's going to work out. I hope so.
It will. I think I think it will for her. I just got back from London. I went to see Taylor Swift for the 3rd time.
Wow, good for you. How was it?
You have a problem. It's amazing. Like it's amazing. It's just like, have you ever seen her in concert?
I haven't, no.
Oh, you got to go sometime. I mean, the tour is going on forever, so they'll probably just keep going. Know. But London, I hadn't been there since I was 9 years of age. Now you love
really?
London. I haven't. No, I was at Trafalgar Square. There was pigeons on my head. I was feeding them. Like that's when I was 9 years of age.
Why so long since the last time? I'm shocked.
Every time I go home, it's like I have to go to Ireland. I have to see my family. That's it. And now, like my mom passed away last year, and so now I have to go home even more so to my dad, and it's more meaningful now, and so forth. So anytime I went for a trip over the last 20 years living here in LA, I always had to go there, and I never
that makes sense.
London. I don't know why, it was just right there, and I just could never get there. I mean, but the same way, like as I said about Amsterdam, you were like, I'm so surprised you haven't been, because it's so weird. I'm from Ireland. I've lived there until I was like 24 years of age.
Oh, wow.
I went to England and France. That was it.
Really? That's surprising. And yet you're flying to see Taylor. I'm saying, take that money and go to Greece. This is why you're jealous of us. You have it in you. You don't want to go. That's the truth. Be honest. Because if you wanted to go to Mykonos, you would have been there.
Like with lots of followers, so we can meet for wine during the day and just record our podcast. Oh my God, it'd be amazing. Or I guess I could cook anywhere, right? I could be a chef anywhere.
Oh, what is your schedule like? You work all day long? You're making it sound like it's like a 14-hour day.
No,
are you cooking all day?
No. Yeah, Monday to Thursday, I have a client in Lower Canyon, and I cook from 4 to 7. Like it's really nice hours.
You don't work during the day, yeah. It's not a Patreon thing. You can go have wine.
I can. No, me? I mean, I'm down 3 bottles. Are you kidding me?
Oh, really? I've been drinking so much less, and I'm telling you, I feel brand new. It's incredible. I don't know what it is. I'm like,
there's this tonic. It's called Feel Free, I think it's called. They sell it at 7-Eleven. You put it in like a soda water. It feels like you're having a cocktail, and you get a small buzz, but you're not drinking. I didn't drink all week. 7 days.
For you.
do another
Isn't it nice? Look at my skin
Yes.
even. I have like, it's like, it really just makes everything feel great. I know.
And we
They
know
should
it
tell the
too.
housewives.
Yeah.
Tell them. You were gonna ask me about London and I sidetracked because I was shocked you'd only
No, you're
been.
fine.
Yeah.
So I went there. I had the time of my life. I went all over the place. Like, what is it about London that you love so much? Because I really enjoyed myself. Like, if you were to sum it up, like, what is it? Like, because you do a lot of shows there.
I did. I just had a run of shows at the Soho Theater. Here's the thing about the British. They, as they say, take the piss out. So they are just funny. And speaking of drinking, I mean, they all have like serious drinking problems, but like genuinely, but they are always down for a laugh. They are, I don't know, I really connect with British people. Like every time I'm there, here's the thing. It's like New York, except it's Europe. So it's prettier, it's cleaner. I hate to say it. You have everything, anything you want, you have. You want to go to a nice restaurant, you want to go to a cool area, you want to meet these kind of people. Culturally, it's so diverse. That's the one thing about Amsterdam is that it's so bland. It's not nearly diverse enough for me. I was in Paris like 2 weeks ago. And I was like crying from just seeing different kinds of people because everyone here is like tall, white, and frog faced. I'm just like, if I see another freaking Dutch frog face, I've had it. I've had it. I can't anymore with the wide set eyes. Like it's too much for me. They're hot when you first move here, and after 2 years, you're like, you're all related. Mixed gene pool.
English?
Everyone.
Okay, great.
Even in the small areas, like, you know, because normally in these kind of towns, it's the big city people, anywhere you go, they're very educated and they're, you know, they're not warm. But, you know, we're making the most of it, Stuart. But
Look, wherever you got to go to find them, it's so hard these days.
I know.
When you find someone, you just grab onto them. I'm telling you.
And I'll tell you something about living here, though, just going back to like the first thing is you don't realize how expensive the US is until you leave. And like groceries here, I mean, just the littlest things here, even going out to dinner is literally so much more reasonable. Not that I'm ever counting pennies like that, but you realize at the end of the year, you're like, wait, I saved so much money. It's insane.
Yeah. It is like when I go home to Ireland, it is like cheaper. I mean, everything now is $120 a head. Like when you go for like 2 or 3 glasses of wine, like a bit of meal, like it's like 120. When even in London, it was like 120 pounds, 100 pounds. Like it was non-stop.
You bleed it.
So I said, Michelle and I were DMing yesterday, and I was like, oh, I have some topics and stuff. And I told her I just had like stolen flip-flops. She was like, stop talking. She's like, I want to hear the story.
You say 3 words to me to get my attention. Stolen flip-flops. I'm like, go on.
This is like, I can't believe this happened. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see randomly sometimes I'll get up. Usually when I don't drink the night before, I'll get up on Saturday morning with Milo, my Westie, and we'll go to Malibu. I'll go down Malibu Road. There's a little small like area. You go down steps and it's like a private beach. Like there's houses on the beach. You're probably not meant to be there, but I just take the dog anyway because there's just nobody there and it's nice. It's like 6:15 in the morning. Great. It takes 30 minutes to get out there. I go down the steps and right behind the stairs, I always like leave my flip-flops and the dog leash. So there's no one on the beach. There's not even homeless people there. It's Malibu. Like, it's like never, right? I walk down like a good like 45 minutes on the beach. I walk back. I get to the stairs. I'm like, come on, Milo, we got to go. And I'll hook him up and then we'll go up to the car. No flip-flops, no leash. And here's why I'm kind of pissed. The leash was a $70 leash. It's a really, really nice leash that kind of goes around your crossbody and then you can be on your phone when you're walking your dog and the dog doesn't run away. And the flip-flops were whatever, like 30, 40 bucks. Who cares? I'm like, what? Why would someone take that? Like we're in Malibu. We're in a really like, please. Okay, Michelle, tell me.
I'm gonna speak for the audience in this case because I know everyone's thinking the same thing.
Oh, no.
You had a $70 leash. Why were you running? Like, why couldn't you just take it with you? Forget the shoes.
I know. Like you wrap around, you put it around your neck and just like walk down the beach. It bothers me. It just like rattles and like I'll probably leave it on the beach. I'll forget it. I needed to get a nice like photograph from my Instagram. Like I always do it. It's just habit. And it's like, oh, it's fine.
Well, I think you learned a hard lesson.
Yeah.
We live in a very rough world, unfortunately, Stuart. And truth be told, I also wonder if someone passed some old, funky $30 flip-flops and was like, oh, someone left their garbage here and took it. Whoever took it is not, I don't think it's someone took it to like wear them. I think someone took it to clean the beach up is the truth. So like, I really feel that.
No, it was like perfectly with the flip-flops. They were like brand new flip-flops, maybe like worn them like 10 times. But
where did you leave it? On a step or you hid it somewhere?
hid it underneath the step beside like this kind of like two, like I've always kind of left it there. You'd have to go looking for it if you were to find it. It was so bizarre.
Interesting. That sucks. I'm sorry. That's so barefoot.
So I was like,
oh no.
So then I went to Starbucks in Malibu. I was like, I got to get my coffee on the way home. I like, so I was like,
that's why they're not letting people inside. That's why they're not seating you.
I'm sorry.
No, it's so funny. So you went into Starbucks barefoot in Malibu?
Here's the thing. You can only do it in Malibu. Like, because there's surfers all around the place and you can just go in and like walk around and like no one looked at me. I got my coffee. I went back in my car and I drove home.
I feel like someone looked at you. You're so handsome, Stuart. Like someone looked at you. Come on. With some like foot fetishist was like, what's so this then? Let's talk about it. That's annoying. So how did you have to buy your dog a new leash? You need to start a GoFundMe.
I have it up here. I GoFundMe, like, total $110 of stolen merch. It's great.
It's a lesson. Next time, listen.
It's a lesson. Yeah.
Next thing, I'm going to buy you something I hate so much. Those little backpacks that have like shoelaces, those like stringy drawstring backpacks. You can just toss. I hate them. But I feel like.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like a ripstop material. I feel like you need something casual, light, manly, but practical. That I feel like that's a good name for your podcast, honestly. If you ever like manly but practical, a bit of that.
Manly but this is the second one. I can barely get this one off the ground.
Yeah. Come on.
I was at the dog park yesterday and it's about dating. And I witnessed something that I thought was really cool and I wanted to share it with you. I was at the dog park. It was hot. The dog's running around, whatever. There's a woman sitting on the bench and I was like, hey, do you mind if I sit beside you? Because it's in the shade. And then there's another guy, the other bench. She kind of gets up. She's like, she moves over and then she kind of gets up and she's kind of talking to this guy. Never met him before. They just hit it off. Like I'm witnessing this in real time. And they're kind of like humming and hawing. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, get her number. You guys need to go out. Like I just shout across and the two of them start laughing. So they swap numbers.
That's nice.
I'm going to go out. Would you have done the same? Like, I just was like, this is like, I never would do that.
You're like a wonderful wingman. What a nice thing you did for him, honestly. You really helped that guy out.
The two of them were laughing so hard and they were like talking about concerts and the same music. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, they got to go out.
That's very sweet. Did they physically match? Did they look like a cute couple together?
Yes.
Now I'm interested.
She was tall and he was tall.
Okay, well, that's not everything.
I know, but like you said, a match. Like so height-wise, they were kind of a match.
Okay, physically, one of them was uglier. I can tell by the way you just paused. Physically, there was one who was busted. Say it again.
She was definitely better looking.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's okay. In LA, that's normal.
Cute though. He had a baseball cap on and he kind of had these nerdy glasses. Like he was. I want to see without the glasses and without the hat. He could have been really cute.
I know, but you know what? Women love glasses and a hat. So I actually think that's like, I think it's working in his favor, funny enough. That's exciting. Wow, you need to come hang out with me. But like pretend like you know me. And then anyone I talk to be like, get her number. What are you waiting for? She's the one. Just like, who is this crazy Irishman? He's never even been to Amsterdam. That's what I keep screaming.
What do you do about online hate? Because I posted something this week and I mean, the slews of people. Okay, I'm doing a thing. It's called Cooking for Kamala. I came up with it with Eric Swalwell. We're getting a bunch of chefs, top chefs, Padmas coming on. It's a fun event.
Yeah.
You can come cook along with this. You're going to learn recipes. I'm not telling you how to vote. It's just a fun thing. Well, they came in droves. And it was like, I couldn't read them anymore. Like, I was like, just.
Why were you reading them to begin with?
Well, I was doing love hearts. I was like, oh, like, whatever. And then I was like, okay, enough. Then they're like, we can't afford those groceries. I was like, okay, I'm out. I was like, you can't.
You made your first mistake in just reading them because you have to know, like, come on, let's have an honest moment with each other that when you're doing something called Cooking for Kamala and you're saying, I'm not telling you who to vote for. I mean, it is, you are, and it's okay. I'm voting for her too, but I'm just saying like, I don't know your fan base and God bless, but like, I'm sure there are just people who are waiting at any opportunity once people get political to like jump down your throat. So my advice would just be, you have to tune it out. I learned that, years and years ago. So I try, but I also don't try to upset people because like, I'm not built for that. Yeah. So I'm just like, no.
Me neither. Like,
Yeah,
I just
hard.
I don't want to like, exactly. I don't want to piss people off. It's just, no, I just thought that was like crazy this week. What's going on with Ben and JLo? Like, I mean, do we even care? Like,
I
does
care a
he have a new
little.
girlfriend now, I think?
So, first of all, my favorite version of Ben Affleck is like fat and unhappy. And because it's the only version that I could score. Like when he was looking so fit with her, I was like, no, I can't sink my teeth into this Ben Affleck. Like I need him like at his rock bottom, like offering paparazzi coffees in the drive-thru. Like that version of him speaks to me. So this is like a great day for women like myself, who like scrape the bottom of the ocean floor, for anybody.
Yeah, hardly. Come on.
No, I'm kidding. But no, because he's still hot. Listen, even when he's like, even with that fucking back tattoo, I don't know if you can curse it, but it's, he's still got it. But yeah, he's supposedly dating, and I don't buy this because it's so soon after this supposed split, which even if it's happened all summer. Kick Kennedy, the name alone, classic Kennedy name, who's the daughter of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., which if you really want to get online hate, you should also post about that for sure online. And definitely take my advice, Stuart. But yeah, I don't even know if I buy it. I don't know. The whole thing seems very kind of manufactured, and who knows?
So, people go out, they break up and all that stuff, and they get back together. Like, we're not doing this for a third time. Like, we're done now. Like, it's like it has to be done.
It's over unless it's going to be like, pushing each other down the aisle. I mean, they're done. I think that they fit each other because they were like good, bad addictions for each other. You know what I mean? Like, I do think that they scratched an itch for each other that they knew was toxic, but that they kind of tricked each other into being like, no, this is passion. This is it. Like, they're into their hot, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure they made each other laugh. But she seems so overbearing to me, J-Lo. Just based on, I mean, even making a documentary, I come from a family where you don't brag about your relationships. When people have soft launches on Instagram, to me, kiss of death. It's like when the housewives do vow renewal ceremonies. Why are you bragging about how great your marriage is? Shut the fuck up and just be married.
Just be married. Just go on. I feel like when you do that, you're hiding something, that it's not that great.
100%. You're trying to make up. And also, there is such a thing. I believe in evil eye. It's a term of horror, big time. Oh, the Irish are crazy. Oh, Kabbalah, red. Listen, we used to have relatives we would visit when I was little, and my mother would make us put, I was like 6, make us put red ribbon in our underwear to word evil eye. I mean, you can laugh about these like 85-year-old, like, relatives of ours. But anyway, I just feel like that documentary for me was the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah. The documentary was great. The movie kind of wasn't, I didn't care for it at all. But the documentary was you did kind of see an insight into her. So watch the doc, not the movie.
I didn't even realize they were two separate things until you just said that. I'm like,
no, there is. No, here's the funniest thing from it. Okay. And like, I think you can really speak to this being in entertainment and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, she has this idea for a movie. It's her idea. It's about love, all this kind of stuff, right? And all the studios, all the networks are like, no. Like, we're not taking this on. Like, you're J-Lo. We know you can probably sell it, but this is like a disaster. Like, we're not doing that. Do you know what? I'm going to make it myself. So she did. So she spent the money. And what happened? Flopped. Yeah.
And let me ask you a question. If you were dating someone who really had a flop, like a huge flop, it's a turnoff. It's gotta be. I'm sorry. I know love is love, but also you want to be like, you want to be like, you want to be into it. You want to be proud of your man or whoever, and then to be like, oh, that's like embarrassing a little bit.
They're not all that. Or like, maybe just listen to the people in these positions because they're in those positions for a reason.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like it's the ego.
Well,
involved.
I think her ego, listen, I like J-Lo. I grew up in Miami. We grew up listening to J-Lo, but her ego, understandably, she's beautiful, she's rich.
Yeah.
She can't have a big ego. Like, who amongst us can? But still, you got to check it every now and again.
That's it. I experienced a new fashion device when I went to London, and I only got it because I was going to London. And I want you to tell me, like, am I so behind the times? Because I feel like you might have one. Well, you're a woman, so you probably do have something. A crossbody bag, like a bum bag thing. I'm obsessed.
Hold on. Are you talking about like the viral, but it's already been viral a long time, the Uniqlo bag, that like cheapy one that goes across? Is that the one?
No, Uniqlo. No, I got like, it's like basically like a bum bag.
What
You know,
brand is it? What brand is it?
Sandro. I got like a
Okay,
nice
that's a
one.
nice company. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
It's like a leather one across thing that you could put
Yeah.
all your stuff into. I was obsessed in London. Like I can't wear it in LA because I feel like I look weird, but more guys are wearing them.
It's been a trend for a long time, I
Yeah,
feel like.
it has
That's
been.
on
Yeah.
men. Yeah. On women, that particular look, I don't see a lot of women wearing that. A crossbody, yes, where like the strap goes.
Yeah, and it's like a kind of a square bag, like a Louis Vuitton or something
Exactly.
like that.
The
Yeah.
problem I have with those, because I do own some of those. The other kind, I would look like insane with that. But because I have big boobs,
Yeah.
that immediately pulls a Rambo on me. Like it cuts my titties in half in such an unflattering way. But it's, for safety reasons, you want to
Yeah.
have if you're traveling, you want it, right? And then I'll see photos of myself and I'm just like a big titty Chewbacca. And I'm like,
It just
this
puts them
isn't
out
me.
more because it puts them in your
Yes.
body. It brings them
It
out. Yeah.
cuts them here. I mean, it's a bad sweater to do it with, but like, so I have to be very careful with those crossbodies. And also because of my height. Actually, what's so funny? You know what I bought today? I have a great tip for your listeners and you.
Yes. Yes.
One of the best purchases you can make, and they don't sell it in this fucking town. I have to go on Amazon. I'm really cursing a lot. Once you said I could, I'm like, well, let's go for it. It's evening where I am, so let's go nuts. It's early in the morning by Stuart. By me, it's like 9 p.m. I'm like, let's curse. A leather punch. Have you ever owned one of these things?
A leather punch? No, tell me.
Go on Amazon. You're going to thank me. It's the best. So it's like $12, by the way. And it's just a punch. For example, if you buy a belt or for women, like in a pair of sandals, let's say with an ankle strap that's too big, too small.
Yes,
You have to go to the shoemaker. You can do it. It takes a second. You can do it yourself to either extend a belt, make a belt smaller, whatever. But with bags, because I'm so tall, if I want to make a strap longer or even shorter on a crossbody, it is a game changer. Best purchase, $12. You'll thank me forever. It's a must.
Okay. I'm going to get one of those. Yeah, because I have some, I have ones. Yeah, I could do that actually.
I'm
Because
saying
the hole is in between. And you're like, I just don't need it there. I need it a bit like, yeah.
Sometimes that hole is in between. I don't know what that means. It just sounded so filthy. I had to repeat it. Yeah, sometimes that hole is between. Meaningless. Go on.
All right. You're a big foodie. You love restaurants. I think so. I think I see a
I'm
lot of
foodie.
like you love to eat out though, restaurants. I always see like you posting and stuff over the years.
You know what it is? I don't cook. This is going to horrify you.
No,
I'm just defending it. I eat Burger King every day, pretty much. I literally have a Whopper for lunch a day. My favorite.
Love it. I love it
I
so
fucking
much.
love Burger King. No, I'm not a
Carl's
foodie.
Jr. is my number one. Burger King is my number two.
Carl's Jr.'s is literally why I gained 30 pounds when I lived in LA. So let's not talk about it. It's a really sore subject for me. But I don't care about food. I care about ambiance. I always say this. So I'd rather go to a bad restaurant with good vibe than like a Michelin star that's empty. So continue.
I'm kind of the same. Like the food just needs to be like, if it's decent with an amazing atmosphere, solid. Like Cicconi's in LA, love going.
I love Cicconi's.
Yes.
The one here too. Food, 5 out of 10. Great martinis. No, and they all know me there. I walk in there, it's like Norm on Cheers. They hug me. Like Cicconi's is my spot here. It's douchey, I know. But the food is genuinely, they have Italians making the worst pizza I've ever tasted. I'm like, how is this possible? I'm serious. I'm like, hire some new Sicilians here. Go on.
But it's like, where am I? Like Cicconi's or Soho House? It's like,
yes. Well, Soho House famously has the worst food. I hope they don't revoke my membership, but the food there sucks. Continue.
That is really, really funny. Do you have any, before we go, please tell everybody about your tour, where you're performing. Okay. If I might be actually in New York when you're performing in New York. If I am, I will let you know. Okay.
Please come to my shows in New York. My show in LA was so much fun. It was incredible at a huge theater, but this is part 2 of my tour. So I had gone on part 1 back in May. Now I'm doing 7 more cities. So starting at 54 Below in New York, which is one of the great venues of New York.
Great venue.
Love it. And we're doing a ticket deal, much like J-Lo. Don't get too excited. But I think the tickets are they're like $20. They're so cheap for these tickets. So honestly, if you're walk out, get the ticket. If you don't like it, walk out. I'll turn that into a half an hour bit. If anyone leaves halfway through, that's a half hour right there. So the shows are always very funny. I sing in them. I'm doing Cincinnati, St. Louis, Washington, D.C., Boston, Philly, and I'm forgetting one place, Nashville. I've never been to Nashville, and I am so excited. We're actually ending this part of the tour there, and I cannot wait. Have you been?
Yes, I've been.
I'm so excited.
The bars are so fun. You will have such a great time at those bars there at nighttime. It's just like a strip of them. It's super fun. the barbecue I had there was some of the best barbecue I've ever had. I'll find out the name if you like barbecue.
Yes, I would love that.
Oh my God, I have the baseball cap. It was that good. Like I bought the baseball cap there.
It's so funny. It's like covered in sauce. I'm like, where you should have left out by the flip-flops, like have it all taken away.
Jesus Christ.
For next time.
Oh no.
Let's hide it.
Really quickly. I was going into the Starbucks with my bare feet to get the coffee, and there was a homeless person outside, and she was looking at me smiling. I'm like, no.
Smile. That's okay.
She was looking at my feet. She was like, where's your shoes?
You should have given her your flip-flops. It's the damn truth. No, you can. It's okay. You can smile at a homeless. I haven't lived in LA in a long time, but I think you can smile at people.
I think she was just like, oh, I see homeless too because she has no shoes.
I'm on the side. I'm like, get her number. I'm like pulling a wingman. I'm like, thumbs up. What are we saying? I don't even know what we're talking about. I'll say this. Yes, the tour. Anyway, go to michellecollinslive.com. You can get tickets to all the cities, but it really is a lot of fun. And like literally the shows are off the cuff, hysterically funny. I have images, pictures, songs. Promise you, I've seen a lot of comedy this year and I know where I stand and I'm in a good space. So I feel confident.
I'm really happy for you.
I said, you know, it's funny. I said J-Lo had that ego and I'm like, what an ugly thing to have. Meanwhile, I'm like, I'm the funniest person in America.
You know what? I'm the fucking best. Love it. You gotta have that confidence.
Yes, I'm not saying I'm the hottest person. I'm up there. No, I'm kidding. But come to the show. It's fun. I wear gowns. It's sort of like if Luann was funny. And I love Luann, but you know what I mean by that. Like it's, you know, I love Countess Luann. I'm her number one fan.
I've seen her 3 times. I think I met her twice. Don't remember. Just had so many martinis. Just forget.
Who doesn't? She or you?
Me.
You don't remember?
We went to see her like 3 times and stuff, but that one I was like,
I'll say one thing about Luann. I toured with her when she did her Countess and Friends. She could not be lovelier, by the way. So that was not even remotely a dig. I adore her. But her crowds are the most fun. That's why I'm like, I need that Countess buzz because I want the people who like Countess Luann who go there to drink and have fun with fellow-minded people come to my shows too. That is like the vibe. It's very like fun and out there and exciting, but she has some of the best fans, genuinely. As do I.
That's why we went 3 times because it was like such a fun show to go and like, drinks, get drunk, and like everybody's in the same vibe. That's like a Taylor Swift concert. Everyone's there for the same vibe. It's more the vibe that's incredible at her concerts than anything else.
Did you see celebrities at your show? Because my sister-in-law went and was in front of John Krasinski and Emily Blunt.
That little VIP cabin. I did at the LA show. In Ireland, I saw some at the Irish show. In London, the cabin was at the other side of the stage. It wasn't at the side I was at.
Did you have VIP seats? Are you connected like that? Oh my God.
No.
Wow.
We want like StubHub.
Did you? Wow. You know what? Not expensive.
No. They're
like
$4,000 here.
You know, that's the other thing. I'm going to say one last thing. I know you're dying to rap with me, but you can just cut all my parts out. It's fine. I'll say it just coming out altogether. It's okay. I'm having fun. The lighting is nice. You know, I saw Beyonce in Poland last year when she was doing her Renaissance tour. And went with my friend Lucas. We got the best seats for $300 each. And that's what people, I know that I'm not the first one to say it, but it is literally worth it to get a flight and come to Europe to see your favorite people. Because you will save money versus the racket that happens in the US with the
it's just crazy.
Prices. Insane. Yeah. That's cool that you went. I would love to hear.
Real, like my friend Alex, who's a super Swiftie, like he literally sent me 2 tickets that morning. He's like, hey, it's in the same section. So we actually had tickets for the right-hand side of the stage that I bought here in America before I got there. So now I'm scrambling to sell the other 2.
Wow.
I can't sell them. And I get this guy taps me on the shoulder. He's like, I know you're trying to give them away and stuff, which I was trying to give them away to these girls. I'm like, do you have 2 friends that want to come?
Wow.
Couldn't give them away. They were
VIP.
VIP.
I'm shocked. Call me. I would have flown to London. Oh my God, go on. I'm serious.
And if I'd known like ahead of time, for sure. And so I get on this guy's like, oh, there's an app called like Ticket Swap. He's like,
that's it.
They'll only allow you put them on their face value. I'm like, I don't care. Let's make somebody's day. I got them in there. I was like putting like my bank account information in the middle of Wembley. I was just like this. And somebody took them for $150 each. It's great.
Get out.
Yeah. But like, could you imagine?
Wait, I feel like it was me who got them. Like, I feel like I just won the lottery. I'm so excited for that person. That's good karma for you. That's going to come back to you.
Like, I was just like, you know what? Someone's going to be so fucking excited.
I know you're dying to rap. I will not let you go. I won't let you end the show. I refuse. I have nowhere to be. I know you have a whole day. I'm like, you got to cook. I have shit to do.
I'm like trim tacos in a few minutes. But anyway, that's it.
No, so listen, I also about a month ago, because it is true that I have been traveling a lot this summer, just because again, I'm like, gotta get these cities in
That's what
before
I
I
mean.
leave.
I want your life. Like, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's fun, but whatever. Anyway, so I got a ticket to see Adele in Munich at
I
that
did.
massive, you
Yes.
saw that. And I got it literally a day or two before the concert for $150, like what you said. I think I paid 170 euros for an unbelievable seat. I could not have asked for a better seat because it was such a huge venue, 80,000 seats. And so many people were greedy and probably figured, oh, let me buy the tickets and then sell them at a profit. Yeah. But there were just too many seats. So that is another tip. I think it's called, I'm not going to forget. Ticket Swap is a good one, though, if you come to this country. Yeah.
And that's the thing.
I'm excited. Like,
you want to go to these concerts. Like when I went to Taylor Swift in LA, they were selling, like the ticket I got in the end of the day was like $3,000. No, it was like 3,000. Went down. Now waited the day of. Went down to 2,500. Went down to 2,000. Wow. Went down to 1,800. Went down to 12. It hit 900. I'm like, Ronnie, we got to go. I'm buying them. I bought them at 4 p.m. on the Thursday. We were at
wow.
I was like, we're not going to get them for 300. Like I can't wait anymore. You know what I mean? But yeah, just wait. And they do drop.
I'm like very excited. I'm the second the show's over, I'm going to go, I got to go see a show. I feel insane. Like the fun of that happened. Last thing I'll say is with Wimbledon, because that is my number one event of the summer.
How do I go, Michelle? Like it's so expensive.
It is. Well, that's the thing. Not if you play your cards right. You have to apply for the ballot, which I think is opening in like a month or two.
Okay.
And then see if you get tickets that way. The tickets are actually not that expensive unless you want to go VIP, and then it's like thousands. But if you get lucky, and knock on wood, I don't want to jinx it, but every year somehow I finagle somehow for like under $200 a ticket every time I go.
I pay like $400 for center court. Like that's fine. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something. Best experience in the world is going to Wimbledon. If you want to feel like the richest British piece of shit, which daily I want, that's my dream in life, to wake up with like a horse head as a face and so much money, just in a bed full of money. No, this is literally all I dream about doing is like makeupless,
you probably get
wrinkled. Oh, that's all I want. I'm like, why? Anyway, the point is go on.
Manifest.
No, I'm serious. Go to Wimbledon and you go and you're like, look at these people who are so they can buy and sell you. Oh my God. And they're so rich. I did not grow up with money. I don't have it now, but just pretending to be rich for a day for me, sad as it is, does something for me.
I don't need to be mean, but like you go to the US Open just started today, by the way. You go to the US Open and it's like a carnival.
Oh, I'm going, by the way, next week. I have tickets. Last row. Are you?
I might be going. If tickets come through, I'm getting on a fucking flight. Like tennis is my thing. You know that.
I love tennis. Love tennis. I have literal last row Arthur Ashe Stadium, which anyone who's been to that stadium knows I'm essentially in the International Space Station. It is such a big.
But you know what? You can still see the tennis ball.
Really?
Yes.
So all the way up there?
I didn't go all the way up there, but like 3/4 way up, and you can still see it. No, and here's the thing. I'm telling you, day of, you can pick those tickets up cheaper if you want.
You're so
you know
right.
What I mean? Let me know what days you're going, though.
I will. I'm going to text you, but I'm very excited about it. But you're right. It is a shit show. The US Open is like, they just wheel anyone in there. They're like, all right.
Going the second week, though. It'll be more proper the second week.
That's very true. I love that little honeydew drink, whatever that is. What are they called then?
Oh, yeah. It is.
It's like the honeysuckle, whatever it is.
Oh,
God, it's so much fun.
I'm going to like manifest that. Like I should have no business traveling anywhere else. I've spent so much money this year, like traveling.
Do it. Who cares?
I'm just going to do it. I don't care. Like,
let me tell you, you spend what you get. That's a friend of mine told me that years ago. You can't earn and not spend. You have to also go and live your life. Last question. Do you like Djokovic?
Love. Like, here's the thing.
Me too.
It kind of annoys me, but like, I kind of get why he's annoyed, but then I love him. Do you know what I mean?
You're so brave for saying that, because I also love him, but it's like everyone I know who works in tennis, who's a tennis reporter, they like hate him like shit. I'm like, look, I know he's friends with war criminals. I know he's an anti-vaxxer. He's evil. He's like truly an evil guy, but I'm sorry. I like watching him play tennis, and he kind of makes me laugh sometimes. Sorry. And he's hot.
Tell me if you agree with this before we go.
Okay.
I just feel like he's really kind of, over the last few years, got a softer side. Like I feel like people said, you know what? A lot of people just don't like you. We want to see a bit more of a softer side to you. And he's not so like, just like he has an ego, but I feel like he hides it more now than before.
Maybe. I know what you mean, a little bit. I think watching him like cry over the gold was nice to me. I mean, people were furious, but I'm like, look, I like Alcaraz too. I'm not an idiot. He's a very talented guy. He's about 2.5 feet tall. We love that. But you know what? I love a little fast guy on the court. That's my favorite thing. He's no Berrettini. I'm not blind.
He's not,
well,
so
I'd give all this up. I'm motioning towards nothing for one night with Berrettini. Oh my God. He is just, all right, I'll let you go now. Porster is dying to make shrimp tacos and I won't let him go.
Michelle, will you come back on again in a few months or whatever? If you want me on yours, like anytime. Thank you so much for coming on. Guys, Michelle Collins, live.com for tickets, patreon.com/Mishcall.
Mishcall. M-I-C-H-U-L-L.
Instagram is the same too. Mishcall on Instagram as well.
Thank you for promoting and having me.
So much.
This was fun. I haven't seen you in such a long time, so people know. And like truly probably since Corona, because everything stopped, that was it. I'm serious. It's been 4 years.
Oh my God. I go to DM you. Let me know your dates that you're there next week. And oh God, I hope I can come see your show in New York.
Me too. You text me about that too, and I'll hook you up with my $20 tickets. Don't worry about it. You don't have to buy them on Ticket Swap. I got you.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Thank you. Love you. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.